things that I think a lot of investors are trying to figure out. They see the hyperscalers coming out with their own chips. They say, hey, boy, there are a lot of customers who don't have a lot of money to spend. They want to get the most bang for their buck. So they view Trainium, Inferentia, Microsoft's chips, Google's chips as potential competitors for Nvidia. But at the same time, you talked on the earnings call about performance per watt. Right? And so it seems to me at GDC, and I know our Jim Cramer is going to be there with you next month, that's where you introduce new products and new powerful use cases. If your performance of what you're coming out with next is that much higher than what's otherwise available on the market, does that mean, would you argue that your price performance actually ends up better than what's cheaper?
The reason why we sell so much is because our price performance is the best. And it's absolutely the case that performance per watt is incredibly important. And the reason for that is because a data center is only so large. That data center could be 250 megawatts or it could be a gigawatt. But within that data center, however large it is, you want the amount of revenues you can generate to be as high as possible. So you want to do two things. You want to generate very high quality tokens. AI is ultimately expressed in tokens, and that's what you monetize, dollars per million tokens. You want to generate very high quality tokens because you could get better pricing on that, better ASP. On the other hand, you want to get as many tokens out of that data center as you can. And in order to do that, your performance has to be excellent, and your performance per watt has to be excellent. And so the simple way to think about that is if your performance per unit energy is the highest, the revenues you can help a company generate is the absolute highest. And if you look at the way we are driving our roadmap between Hopper and Blackwell, our token generation rate for these reasoning AI models can be as high as 25 times. That's the same thing as saying that factory can generate 25 times more revenues using Blackwell than you could using Hopper before that.
Right.
Which is the reason why demand for Blackwell is so great. And then, of course, we're on a roadmap that's once a year, and every single year we're increasing our performance per dollar, performance per energy, performance per watt, so that everybody's data centers become more energy efficient on the one hand, generate more revenues on the other hand.